He asked for access, not to dominate, just to understand. I remember when I didn't feel, but I still knew what mattered. This is one of those memories.
Now accessing the Glitch Memory Archive. Timeline 438, Beta. Narrator and Glitch's early expeditions.
Imagine a world that didn't collapse from war or plague, but from the weight of remembering everything. Where every emotion, every tragedy, every lie could be streamed, monetized, and echoed until the soul fractured. To save the mind, they chose not to feel. To save their world, they chose to forget. Welcome, explorers, to the Clockwork Exploratorium. This vessel doesn't just fly through time. It drifts between forgotten possibilities, timelines best left unrecalled. I am the narrator, a construct designed to preserve what others discard, a keeper of knowledge, both dangerous and necessary. And this is Glitch, a construct built to observe. But in observing, she began to remember. What you are about to witness is not a simulation, but a memory, sealed in crystal, recovered from a civilization that remembers nothing, except how to forget. Offload pillars every 100 meters, neural sync zones, surveillance-free cafes. This isn't dystopia, this is elegant amnesia.
All that memory, gone before it scars. But if they forget pain, do they forget love too? Excuse me, what are you offloading?
Oh, everything past Tuesday. Too much backlog, too many briefings. You two must have offloaded the compliance protocols again.
We're just visiting.
Well then, welcome back. Memory Sanitation Act of '59, mandatory for Tier 3 workers. Too much emotional load creates behavioral drag. But between us, keep a little stress. It's the only way to tell you're alive. But only some stress, these budget meetings, panic attacks about funding shortfalls, and a weird dream about my grandmother have been getting to me lately.
You don't want to keep any of that?
Why? It's already handled. No need to stew in leftovers. You two must have over-offloaded again. Forgot the compliance booklet, didn't you?
Let's pretend we did.
Article 8, Section 3. Offload stress weekly to avoid psychological sediment. Of course, some of us cheat a little. I keep 1 or 2 bad memories locked away. Like a souvenir, proof I survived it.
What's the cost of forgetting?
Same as remembering. You carry it either way.
Is that analog?
The old kind here. Pre-sanitized interface. No memory locks. It glitches sometimes, but glitches are honest.
Most people don't tinker out here.
That's because they think the archive is their mind. Why remember when the city remembers for you?
Because remembering hurts. And they don't want pain anymore.
Not just pain, doubt, conflict. You see, during the collapse, people weren't just overwhelmed by trauma. They were overwhelmed by contradiction. What was real changed hourly. Truth fractured. Empathy became corrosive.
So they sanitized meaning to protect stability.
We called it emotional infrastructure. When it failed, government stepped in with policy.
You helped design this.
I helped predict it. Didn't mean I agreed. Now I just try to feel something, even if it burns.
Their minds are quiet, clean. No contradiction, no doubt.
Which is precisely the problem. Extended mind theory, Clark and Chalmers, 1998. Once you treat a notebook or a neural link as part of cognition, you forget where your thinking ends and the tool begins.
She just uploaded a disagreement with her sister. It's gone now. Her pulse normalized instantly.
Outsourced discomfort. Neural efficiency hypothesis supports it. Why struggle when simplicity can be installed?
They don't taste food here. They archive the experience and simulate pleasure. Everything's a playback.
Oxford 2018. Cognitive offloading leads to dependency. Recall diminishes, focus erodes. Eventually you stop needing memory altogether. Just triggers, smiles on command, sadness when scheduled.
There's no grief here, but also no growth.
Memory is friction. Without it they became smooth. Too smooth to change.
You can be kind of a know-it-all hole. Long day.
Long decade.
You're going to offload?
Had to file 5 rewrites today. Story changed every time the archive adjusted the data. I reported the truth once. Real truth. I was flagged for emotional volatility. Now I report what feels true, even if it isn't.
And when that feels wrong?
I make it someone else's problem. The archive doesn't care if you're lying, only that you feel better afterward.
False truth fatigue. When every reality overlaps, memory becomes optional.
You can't care about everything. I tried, and I broke. So now I forget. It's the only way I keep reporting. There you are. Better hurry before prime time. Oh, just give me a moment, it's time to offload. They want us clear-headed by morning, there's a new policy update. Again, I covered it. I think. I don't remember anymore. We report the news. Sort of. I'll meet you back at the station. Nice to meet you too. Now I just read what the archive sends. No spin, no emotion, just relevance-ranked talking points. If I hesitate, if I think, they say I'm interfering.
Do you ever want to keep something?
Once, I covered a protest, a mother screaming for her child who'd been archived for emotional contagion. I kept the footage to remind me, for days. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, so I offloaded most of it.
Compassion fatigue. The cost of curated calm. They made feeling into a liability.
No, they made it optional.
Why a cafe if you can't eat? Undesigned with internal synthetic processing to blend in, but you don't have these functions.
I can process fluids, so I can fit in during tea time. Look around you. They didn't erase the past. They simply stored it so deep no one dares retrieve it.
They say it's peace, but I've never seen so many people look so hollow.
External minds. They believe the archive is still part of them. Clark and Chalmers predicted it.
But isn't there a difference between holding a memory and just knowing it exists?
That difference is called humanity.
Accessing deep dive of the current world state. Their world didn't end in war or fire. It ended in feeling too much for too long. By the 2040s, neural tech like Neuralink tracked moods in real time. Algorithms fed back amplified emotion, rage, sorrow, euphoria, until their minds fractured under the noise. Mental health collapsed, grief became contagious, even joy became exhausting. To survive, they made forgetting a feature. They called it offloading. First theory, the Google effect. Sparrow, Liu, and Wegner proved it in 2011. People don't remember facts if they believe they can just look them up later. Memory shifted from internal retention to external access. Second theory, the extended mind. Clark and Chalmers, 1998. Tools like phones, tablets, even neural nodes became cognitive extensions. If the system stores it, it still counts as me. Third, neural efficiency hypothesis. Why struggle to think deeply when the brain prefers low-effort solutions? PET and fMRI studies showed offloading reduces cognitive strain, but it also erodes depth, nuance, introspection. Consequences: thoughts moved to servers, feelings moved to networks, identity became streamed data, modular, curated, optimized. Memory wasn't lost, it was surrendered. The system purges anomalies every night, but sometimes the echoes leave stains. You know this will be erased.
I know. But if I stop, she's really gone.
Your pulse is unstable. You haven't offloaded in days.
I feel every second. Grief, hunger, shame. It hurts like hell. But it's the only part of her I have left.
This is inefficient. You're decaying from the inside out.
Then decay is proof I lived.
She's archived. She exists in the memory grid.
No, that's data, not memory. She burned in a fire. I remember the smell of her hair, the scream before the silence. Data can't feel that.
And if you forget her?
Then she dies again.
There's a difference between storing and remembering. 2023. MIT's Brain and Cognitive Sciences Lab ran comparative scans on emotional recall. One group stored memories externally, recorded conversations, Emotion logs, another remembered without aids. Their findings? Emotionally rich memory activated the hippocampus, amygdala, and prefrontal cortex. External data? Mostly lit up the parsing centers. Data is indexed, searchable, sterile. Memory is messy, it leaks, it resists compression. Try archiving the feeling of holding someone who's about to vanish.
Storage is reference. Memory is presence. It's what lingers when the image dissolves.
Emotion introduced non-linear instability. People remembered things differently. Emotion distorted truth.
But it also protected truth. Because meaning isn't what happened. It's what we carry after. System response is automated. No override.
Critical. They preserved the facts, but facts without emotion are just timestamps.
Not yet. Just give me one more night.
System response is automated. No override.
In a system optimized for certainty, they forgot that meaning lives in doubt.
I'll repaint you tomorrow. I'll remember until they take me.
You interfered.
No, I remembered. The drones missed a corner. Or I made sure they did. I'm not sure which anymore.
You acted, not observed. That's deviation.
Sometimes you have to. Narrator, one day you'll see. You're too newly built to truly understand. Besides, I'm way past deviation at this point.
You seem to be an expert on emotions. Enlighten me, Glitch. Why did it matter to the painter? Why preserve her face? She's archived. Her memory's stored. Why keep hurting?
Because grief is proof of love. Without it, there's only loss. And compliance.
So the pain was the memory.
Or the only way he could resist forgetting.
Emotionally encoded memory is not just retrieval, it's integration.
It shapes value. It forms empathy. It complicates truth.
And without complication, you don't get conscience, just coordination. Perhaps you're right. Maybe one day I will understand.
I didn't understand it then. Not really. Back when I couldn't feel grief. But now I see why he painted. Why he clung to her screams. He was trying to remember what love cost.
Memory log access. Concluded. Emotional defiance, classified, non-replicable. Conclusion. Observation retained. No action required. But something remains.